Sadwe. Well, I'm on your way. No, Frank, what do you? I'm just a get it. Sure. Atagasiwe, siwe, atagasiwe, meye. But when you yourself Sadwe, Adawesiwe, when we buy, it's you. Siwe, you go on there, he's a jail. Tiambla, and I say, we go. I'm better one, Apple Caddy. I go where I want, you can't say jail. But I'll go away, you play a must here. Even a lucky, back at what watch you want. I got daddy, I got body, back at home, I got you away. And you don't know, we love your pepper. All I'm on your way. Well, I can't on your way. I want to look with it. Well, I'm about to your life. And you don't know, we go ahead. And then you will see where it's at. I will stay one way, man. When you walk out, play away. What we fly, what's the next thing of that? And that they will see wherever. You get them here, you say I see you. You see more of that, say I see you. I said you Cuba away. You say I see you. Say take away, man. You say I see you. I need your way to the pool. So, Timo. Open the email, I'm a player, I'm a jitter, Go down and get a lawyer with you. What up, you say I decide. Say, Paddy, I decide. You do what I'm about. Why you feel that way, you? Daniel Sayo, Saya Chela won't play on you. Monotuago, Osama one and do the power. Can you won't play on? You might have stayed away, Giova. Okay, not Janet and Friday. Don't tell me why don't lie on the you. Time pen, the man, we want to buy the I'm not carried by the way. I feel by the road. I don't know what you say. Who will lie? Now what you want to buy your lie? It's the country. And your way. Oh, what you do, Sazaro, and I can't see no help. I'm let go away with you. When I'm just like I'm taking away, what to do it. You have to go no job, boy, away, you know, bye bye. What about my way, baby? I want you. I want to go away. Mama, happy where you can away. I'm only. But I got no job. Boy, but I play up when we are more. Boy, away, baby. You might go where my way they do. Where you be? You might not get your power. One way. No job, boy, away. Okay, I'm a royal login. I'm the GB Caraway, you. One way, the matter away from my back, I anyway. Put anyway, for your day, boy, you like. In my brother, when my brother went, you know, when you said go. Can you tell me, say, you know, go, boy, you like. blue. For Pando, then you are Bolue. Hello, are you at? Benito lost your soul, power now. Doctors are saying your soul and I'm going to Sia Romeo saying so and I'm going to Wawibla is a sea. My boy is saying so and think I'm blowing Shago. Proud to was saying so and Wawibla. Every day, you didn't do all day. I'm just talking away. I'll be there more. Wawibla. Bruce Lee slowly. Back up Wawibla. That one and then they stay on so. They are more for your widow. I want to be a flower. I'll bring you a woman. Can't buy a girl and my love. To son to don. To son to don. To son to don. To son to don. So people. Ay ay ay. Choleta fato, ifare faro, il motor mo fa, afare, baya for you, afare, baya for you, afare. Hello, tu o black yo.
Bloyona tere serane. Presola tere serane. Owa tere we. Kena po blonyo bukuja blonyo you want some. Say the man kwada se okwesa pepe. Money we blow man decide you. Tere wa o. Ina speaker. How's your baby so? Mo yo se aja aboja de o. Mona tere wa. Amo bonyo baya dewe. Presola tere wa o. Ina ka ayanu zwana no ga sebodi. Mo se akwanu. Mo se a minister. Den yenwe. Na tere wa o. Money no hand inside you. I walk your baby sumbo. No budget o. You na tell wow. And they say ya inside you. Man say you got you. You well. In that do one years one. In a do naga. In a do naga. How are you naga so? Ina tere wa o brono. Brazola tere wa o kwagala tere wa. Ola tere wa o kwanaga. Blani amoga. Ina be uni amoga da jibwe lo brono ngwe. Da jibi aswa. Lo brono ngwe yo. No we mono jiyo. Ina mono jiyo brono.
Hold on there and listen. The biggest online platform is back and we are ready. It's the voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora. Your one stop for information, debate, and discovery. Join us every Thursday at 12 o'clock p.m. EST, 4 o'clock p.m. GMT, and 12 midnight in the Philippines, where power, progress, and the people take center stage. The program is with your host, Darke Saryorpodeh Esoteric, the mouthpiece of the God, and your brilliant co-host, Shirley Sneh. They are bringing the heat, the truth, and the talk every single week with spotlight, sports, education, politics, and so much more. Listen and listen very well. The program features deep dives and critical analysis from Patrick Bolue and Pickens Jadia. Don't miss out. Catch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Just search Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora. The program is every Thursday, and you know why? We bring the conversation to you. Voice of Sinoe in the Diaspora, where your voice matters.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another brand new edition of Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora with Darke Saryorpodeh Esoteric again. We are still doing our vacation. We are still in Pennsylvania, and that's why we are not in studio. Well, let me bring Patrick on here so we can get the ball rolling. All right, so let me bring Patrick here, and we're going to get the show on the way for you. Let's see at H. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, CEO, how you doing today, man?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm wonderful, yeah, as well. Yeah, it's good to be back today again for our people.
Absolutely. How is the city, man? How's the city? How's things on your side?
Yeah, the city is calm. The city is busy. The people are worried about their normal activities. Government is working. Partners are doing their thing. And everybody is doing what they know best. Yeah.
All right. So how was your birthday? How was your birthday celebration? How did it go?
Oh yeah, my birthday. My birthday was a wonderful one. It was very. It was very accelerating. I mean, it was a grand celebration on social media, from friends, from family, and we give God the glory for another year. And we move forward, looking forward to another year. We keep counting years until we leave the scene or leave the stage, as God on time. But it was on the overall, it was wonderful. I mean, I had time with family, friends, um, at least um, reflected, and I made some dedications anyway. And I bless God for everything. That came that day. Thank you to the deputy CEO. You're the deputy CEO. I want to thank you in a special way for adding to the flavor. I want to thank Sister Patrick Bolue. She was also there anonymously. And the Sapa Portable Chairman, Honorable Kuya Wale, he was very magnanimous, generous. And then Master Davis. I think so far so good. Yeah, those are the individuals that added that went the extra mile, when about the celebration. I want to thank all of you for giving me a wonderful day.
Great, man. Yeah, it feels good, man. You're a wonderful gentleman. You're a good person. So when a good person is celebrating their birthday or they got some sort of milestone, I think it makes sense for others to come and celebrate with him or her. All right, so yeah, so that's. I mean, I just wanted to begin the show as usual. How we begin the show here. Yeah, so of course we're gonna start with you, and again, I want to say on behalf of the network, I want to say happy birthday to you again, and we wish you many more years. You will have to be here, and you will be here for a long time to continue to educate our people and to speak to the issues that are affecting us as a people and as a nation. So again, on behalf of the network, we want to say happy birthday to you. Next person, we want to do a shout out to not in a specific order, of course. It's my cousin, Fambula Zarzar, also celebrated his birthday. And so we want to say happy belated happy birthday to Fambula Zarzar. He is in the U.S. He lives in the state of Virginia. And family, enjoy a big day, man. We want to say again on behalf of the network and the family, we want to say happy birthday to you. All right, that's the family Zarzar. There for you. Who else I saw here that celebrated a birthday is I don't know whether you know Vasco Frank. Kamle Vasco also celebrated his birthday. So Vasco from the network, we want to say happy birthday to you as well. Wish you many more years and the best life has to provide. Yes, yes, you're one of the good guys in Sinoe County that doing what you're supposed to do as a patriotic citizen of our country and our county. All right, Patrick, that's that Kamla. If you want to do a shout out to Kamla, let's go ahead.
Yeah, my big brother, Frank Vasco Kamle. Thank you for your service, everything you can do. Happy belated birthday to you, and I'm wishing you many more years to come, big brother. Keep on the good work.
All right, that's Vasco there. Patrick, are you hearing? Are you getting any feedback from my end here? Any feedback? Are you good?
No,
My ear.
no, it's good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Okay. All right. I just thought the AC was kind of coming to All right, good. I'm glad that we are good with that. Let's see the shout out and announcement. I also want to do a congratulations to uh this is the granddaughter of our Honorable Zaza. Her name is Aliyah. Aliyah participated in Mace Juneteenth, Minnesota state pageant, and she was the winner 2026 Juneteenth pageant. And so we want to say it on behalf of the network, on behalf of the family. My wife and I want to say, Aliyah, congratulations on this major milestone. You make us proud. And again, we wish you many more successes. Don't as a granddaughter of Chi, the leper, you can be afraid to join into a challenge. And you got in the entire state of Minnesota, Juneteenth state pageant, and you came out as the victor. We want to say again, congratulations, and we wish you many more successes. Patrick, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not. I don't know. The From the household of the Abraham of the Sapo nation, Sapo people, great people will always. Will always rise. Will always succeed, and will always achieve. So I'm not surprised. I'm also congratulations to the granddaughter of the great Matthew Jesus, and the Abraham of the Sapo people. Yeah, congratulations again, girl. Enjoy your day.
All right, that's Aliyah there. Juneteenth. I want to do a shout out to my daughter, Treasure. Treasure also celebrated her birthday on the 8th of this month. And so, Treasure, Daddy said happy birthday to you. She turned 18. And yes, I'm happy that you are growing into a beautiful young lady, smart, intelligent, and you are paying attention to your school, your education. That's the best that I want for you guys to go and improve yourself and better yourself, and so that you'll be a viable and good, a responsible citizen uh, in Liberia, in the United States, and the globe as at large. So again, but Daddy says, happy birthday to you.
My birthday mate, yes. My birthday mate, it was wonderful celebrating with you on the same day. Uh, we June people. We are great people. So I'm not surprised, into the great child you are, the great woman you are growing into.
All right, that's Treasure there. Happy birthday, Treasure. Another one, Patrick. This I think it's a shout out. It's the wife of Reverend Nathaniel Gates Sr. Our convention is coming up, and we're trying to highlight people that are coming forth now to take care of their payments and stuff like that. And so Lisa Gate, Mistress Lisa Gate, also she has paid her sitting fee. She paid for her fabric, $50, and then the sitting fee is $100. Mrs. Gate has taken care of all of that. So I want to say, Mistress Gate, I want to say congratulations and thank you so much for stepping up to the plate, for taking the leadership role, and we ask the other members to do the same. Yes, thank you, Mr. Gate. Patrick, you want to do a shout out to Mr. Gate for meeting your financial obligation?
Yeah, indeed, that's my father there. And Lisa, I hope I got the name right. Happy birthday to you, Mama, and thank
No, it's
you
not
for.
it's not a birthday. She, the convention
Oh, oh,
payment, she met her obligation.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, yeah. I mean, that's what a good wife would do always. All right, that's what a good wife would do. She will go side by side with her husband to do. To help the people, and everything is just about the people. I want to thank them for meeting their obligations right in time, not waiting for the time to come closer, but right in time, you just push it in. I want to thank them for that.
All right, that's Mistress Gate there. Let me see what else I want to promote here. So, Patrick, you know the convention is coming up, and we have a big project in the making, which has to do with the 13-bed hospital in Sinoe County, specifically in Paroquin. Yeah, so in order for the convention to reach before the convention, the host chapter, the chapter that is hosting this year's convention is Minnesota. And so the ladies of Minnesota, they say, you know what, how can we get the ball rolling in terms of generating some funds for this major project? So this coming weekend, the Madam Bernice Sadie, who is the assistant chaplain or chair lady, assistant chair lady, I think that's the title for USAA Minnesota chapter. And then the that's Madam Alice Shibwet. I think that's the wife of Milton Shibwet. She's the treasurer for that chapter. And they say, you know what, we have to do something before the convention. We have to have some money in the bank because our project is estimated to be 100,000. And so let's see what we can generate some funds. So they are having a full sale this weekend on Saturday in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park. The details on the flyer we share in the various chat rooms. So if you're in the Twin City area, this weekend, Saturday, the address on the flyer, definitely go there. Going to be a nice, delicious African food there. Yes, bring your friends, Americans, Chinese, Asian, I mean, different people. Let it taste delicious Liberian food. It's going to be great. It's nothing more. Like it's $25 per a huge, ginormous platter. You get the best fried fish and whatever you want, man. It will be on our plate, So go there. We want to say it. We encourage all of our friends and I mean those that want healthcare in Liberia. Those of us in the West, in the diaspora, we have access to healthcare. And our people, particularly specifically in rural Liberia, they don't have access. So we want to do something for them to build a 13-bedroom clinic for the people. And yeah, so we are generating funds for that. So be in Minnesota, Brooklyn Park, to be specific, and support our local chapter there. Patrick, any thought on that?
Yes, I mean, the people, the development planners will always say early preparation prevents problem. So, in order to get the ball rolling or to put themselves in a better position, they have to prepare, themselves adequately because the essence of every convention, all the conventions people are holding here and there, yes, family reunion is an important part of it, but it always boils down to fundraiser or money. It's all about money. So the people want money to come and make interventions back home here. All right. All the things our government feels to give us. So the people try on the side to buttress government or maybe provide them for the people. So that food sales is very important, and we are encouraging all nearby states, residents of nearby states, at least to drive in, okay, and share time, share phone, make a contribution. And very importantly, if you are distant, if you are away from Philadelphia and cannot access Philadelphia easily by way of driving or whatever, and you can be there in person, I mean, your $25 just in the end, just call the Shibwet family and the organizers in fact, just let them know that all right, you are paying for a plate of food, and it's your friend, somebody who lives in Philadelphia, somebody who is close to them, they're right in Brooklyn spot. I mean, can just stop by and say, okay, my man, go and meet my family, go and have time with my family there in Philadelphia, and so that we can have some time together. So you can still pay, all right? Whether you like in any state or any part of the United States, it doesn't matter. You can still pay by way of Zelle or way of paper or cash out, and whatever means you can get them we can pay by that means, and then send somebody to go on your behalf as well, or maybe if it can be a free will donation to the organization as part of your contribution to the organization's project. Thank you.
All right, Patrick. Thank you. Well said. Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. We'll have to do all the preliminaries here. I think I put out here the granddaughter of Mrs. Asa Aliyah, when she won the Minnesota Juneteenth pageant, 2026. Let's see. Let me get this one. Patrick, this one. It's a little bit a big one. So what I would do, we're gonna be right back. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Voices Sinoe in the Diaspora with Patrick and Esoteric today. The USAA North Dakota chapter president, his name is Emmanuel or Charles Emmanuel Tia. The man got married on the 5th of June. All right, so we needed to reflect this development. It's very important. So Emmanuel and his wife Dorothy, they got married in North Dakota, and so Mr. Tia and Mr. Tia being the national publicist for USAA on behalf of the office of the president, and on behalf of the board of directors and the membership of the USAA, and by extension the elders and the ancestors. We want to say congratulations on your wedding, man. That's a big step that you took, you and your wife. That's the way to lead, to set an example. That's the way to go, man. So we want to say congratulations on behalf of the network and the people of Sinoe County. The spokesperson says congratulations to you and your wife. Patrick, that's our local chapter president of Dakota, Emmanuel, got married.
Yes, Emmanuel, thank you. Congratulations. Thanks for walking in the shadows of the great esoteric. Yeah, the great esoteric. I mean, the man is showing you the way so much more. Yeah, man is showing you the way so much more. But congratulations, brother. That was a great determination. That was a great decision. Yeah, man, you took. He who finds a good wife or finds a good thing. Okay, and behind every successful man stands a very good woman. And so, may God bless the union. May it be fruitful and may it prosper.
All right, so Eman, want to say again, congratulations to you and your wife. We wish you more money and no doubt many babies. We have to increase our population so that we can be like the Chinese, the people that have the second largest population in the world, or better yet, will be the Indians, to have the largest population in the world. So yeah, your holy boss says go in the world and propagate and reproduce. So make more babies, man, so that you can fill the earth. Congratulations again, brother. Let's go to the next one here, Patrick. This one too is a big one as well. And so, guys, we're gonna be right back. So, Patrick, this one is our co-host Shirley Sneh. Let me see what I can get the actual flyer that we prepare for that. Let me put the flyer here so we can be on camera. All right, so our co-host Shirley Sneh, during her book launch, yeah, something surprisingly happened, something that she wasn't expecting, happened there. And so she has been talking to this gentleman, the gentleman on the picture there, on the flyer. They have been talking. And so, of course, they have been talking. And so she was having a book launch, and the brother flew from Chicago, Illinois, to go and support Shirley, on her book launch. But surprisingly, Patrick, the brother popped the question, and of course, Shirley accepted to be the support and the buttress to the brother. For some reason, I can't remember the brother's name, but Patrick, I want to get your view. You know, what do you make of this move? Is that the should I call it the epidemic or the pandemic or Darke Saryorpodeh that is spreading within the community? And if not the world at large, you know, it's seen. I mean, all my people, they are getting married. Emmanuel, the chapter president, just took the step, and Shirley now, her man just proposed to her. You know, so yeah, Patrick, what you make of this move, man? It's a huge breaking news for Voice of Sinoe.
Yes. Shirley. Shirley is an accomplished. She's an accomplished young woman. She is one of the few women that I know, that carries substance and virtue. And so I am not surprised. And I like the way she did it. I like the way it all happened. And, when a woman has substance, when a woman has impeccable values, and, a particular man will be sitting somewhere and will think to himself how he can tap into that value. And I like the way it happened. And that with all Shirley has accomplished in education, in humanitarian arts or humanitarian deeds, in everything that she does for the community, for her family, and for people back home in Liberia, she needs not carry this burden alone. And the fact that she has not, the fact that she has even added another portfolio of authorship, and yeah, that alone. So I think the guy look at the guy studied terrain management. He looked at the whole terrain. He said, "Oh, this lady, this is a woman." And there's a certain moment where she's launching her book and she's sharing her experience, that emotional experience from the 6 years experience as a mother, and then coming right in that 26 years period. From the 6 years period of all she has accomplished, she only left one thing down to complete herself. And what happened was just a completion. It was a fulfilling moment, of everything she has been able to achieve over the years. And I want to congratulate her actually. The guy got good eyes. He got eyes for good things. Yeah, and getting Shirley, and I think he made the right decision that day. And Shirley's acceptance too is a manifestation of the virtuous woman she is, and the dream she envisages, the dream she has envisioned, and everything she has prayed for in life. And her family and everybody in the say congratulations. We look forward to the wedding. I know it's going to be a grand wedding, but I mean, this is all Madison's doing. This is all Madison's the Madison's effect. Okay, we call this the esoteric effect. All right, and it is taking place all in the union. Yeah. So Shirley, congratulations to you and your boy.
All right, so Shirley, I am really excited and suffused with euphoria and elation to see you to take this major step, or for your boyfriend to take this major step. It makes me happy, as leaders on our platform. I think it makes sense for us to lead the right way. We cannot be here holding our local leaders accountable, and then we are not doing the right thing. So this step is a major step for you. I'm glad that you are, I'm joking to say, you are on the bench of the single lingual bench, but you are off. You are gradually getting off of the bench of singleness. So I want to say congratulations to you. And yes, we can't wait for the big day, like Patrick Ryder pointed out. Yes, you are leaving Patrick and Perkins on the bench of singleness. And hopefully they're going to mimic your example since you are mimicking me now. But the race is not over yet until the final day. But we want to say we are happy for you, the entire team. We are happy for you. We want to say congratulations. The brother looks really good. I like the brother. Patrick. When somebody is so, I mean, there are multiple ways to judge people, right? To analyze people. The first thing when you see somebody is the appearance, right? The way the person appears. I mean, you can say it says something about that person. So the brother appearance, it shows that he takes care of himself. That because that's the first thing. If you are not healthy, I mean, you are nobody. So the man, I think he's in the gym, he's looking good. That's the first thing. Your health, it counts a lot. It says a lot to me when I see somebody and you're relatively young and then you're out of shape. It says something about your mental capacity. What are you thinking? Your health comes right before something else. But the brother looks good. And so I want to say, Charlotte, you and your husband or husband to be, you look good together. And we wish you all the best, man. Congratulations on your engagement. All right, Patrick. That's I think those are the updates that we wanted to share with our viewers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You want to say something?
yeah,
I'll
but
go ahead.
yeah, but quickly to remind you, we cannot proceed without also highlighting one of the biggest birthdays today.
Oh,
Senator Gordon Chase celebrates his birthday
yeah,
today.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I got it on the agenda. Sorry, I didn't put it on the flyer, but I got the honorable picture here. So
Okay,
let do a shout out as well to our lawmaker. Yes, that's right. Go ahead.
good. All right. Yeah, so Senator Chase celebrates his birthday today. I want to say, on behalf of the platform and on behalf, you know, of our followers and everyone listening and following, I want to say happy birthday to him, wishing him many more years to come. May he propose new good laws that help the people as he just introduced the bills. May he also make sure that the Senate honor his leadership as the chairman on judiciary human rights payment petition. We look at the human rights issues in the country and and address them, through the Senate, leadership, and make sure that the right thing is done always. We thank him for his leadership and his service to his county and country. Congratulations and happy birthday to you, Senator.
Yeah, Senator Chia, I want to say on behalf of the network, we want to say happy birthday to you. Yeah, I saw before I came on, I saw the young people. They took a beautiful banner to his office. I think the presentation was done by Henry Do Dagwe, I think. Yeah. Yes, and some of the things they said, I don't agree, but I literally brought Senator Chia to power. So I have an obligation to the people of Sinoe County to hold him accountable. But Patrick, our next segment will be reviewing the performance of the lawmaker. So I'm not going to say something right now. I'm not going to say more for now. But Senator Chia, we want to say happy birthday to you. I wish you many more happy years. I want you guys to be around to do the right thing so I can praise you. And when you do the wrong thing as well, to hold you accountable. So wish you many more years and the best life has to offer. All right, Patrick, that's our lawmaker there, Senator Augustine Chia. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Yes, that's what they say. Two hairs are better than one. All right. All right. So let's see here, Patrick. Let me just do a quick commercial as well. With viewers, we want to say thank you those that are joining us right now. We just wanted to remind our viewers and supporters around the world, USAA Convention 2026 is coming up. It will be held in Minnesota. We'll talk about the full sale shortly. Now a while ago. So the convention is August from the 18th to the 16th in Minnesota. And we encourage you, man, to be there. It will be a wonderful convention. Yeah, all the leaders will be there. All the members, your old friends, that you are not seeing, family members that you are not seeing long time, they will be there as well. So come and support us. We have a major project, the clinic. Yes, in Liberia that we want to build. We'll highly appreciate uh your presence, there to support us. If you can be there in person, donation will be appreciated. If you are single as well, we have multiple beautiful, gorgeous ladies that are, some of them, they are single. They will be there as well. You never know, you will meet your partner there, So come there, be part of the convention, August from the 13th to the 16th. Thank you, gentlemen. Patrick, thanks for allowing me the opportunity. You will get to meet, our current leader and the former leaders of our union. Green Coach Dio will be there. College Abele will be there. Obaku Yema will be there. Francis Clark Myers will be there. And of course, the current president, Honorable William Manning, will be there. So be there and come and support a noble cause. All right, Patrick, just wanted to share that information with our viewers. Let's get to one of the major things that we want to talk about. I think we talked about Shirley already. I wanted us to take the light one and then light ones from out of the way. So let's talk about this. The chiefs, I think that's something you put on the agenda. The chiefs, the president, I think try to put their own payroll, something like that, before July or by July 2026. So what do you make of that? Why at this time the president wants to put the chief? Why not from the beginning? When he took over, why now? Or why July?
Yes, so I think President Boaка, he did not just come to power, as a president, to be president, but he came to fix the country. He came to rescue Liberia, and by rescuing Liberia, you have to overhaul the system, and that knows the problems affecting the system and everything. So one of the things that one of the first things he did was to roll out the Local Government Act, to enforce it, to bring it into effect. So the Local Government Act now, it is now the Ministry of Local Government. So on the local government, they are setting out a chiefs to be in a town or in a district or in a clan. All right, and the chiefs have a mapping. Every act that created a district has a number of chiefs in those places. So to reaffirm the Local Government Act, they went back to the drawing board across the country, through the how they call this, the process of re-establishment of the various cities and everything. So they noticed that the chiefs were to be resubmitted. All right, some of them in fact have been there a long time, and people say receiving the money. Some are not in the station area and all of that. So every county submitted a new listing of chiefs. All right, and then Sinoe County was the only county that was left out of the process because Sinoe County number exceeded larger counties' number. So there was a problem, it's a question. I think we talked about it last time, about 400 plus persons from Sinoe alone. So that number needed to be harmonized and compromised to reach a level that is considerate. So the president now, I think, having been informed of the completion of that list and the processing of that list by the local government ministry, he has seen it wise now for them to start receiving their pay. So that is from December to June. So from December to June, it simply meant that the chiefs may not have been receiving their pay. Okay. So now they will be receiving their pay, as the president said, by July. But the question I want to ask is, are they going to be paid retroactively? December to June, that period. Having been placed on payroll, will they receive their pay retroactively for that period, or they are only starting afresh from July and moving onward? Besides that, the president also promised bosses, for the chiefs. Each county will have a boss. All right. And so we also asking, even though right now we are bought pickups and motorbikes, but where the pickups and motorbikes? It hasn't been too long. It hasn't been more than 3 years since we have bought the pickups and the buses. Are the pickups and buses still available? Are they functioning? And the buses that will be bought, how are they sustained and maintained? Can there be any good result out of them too? So yeah, and so far so good. That's why it's happening. But we have not confirmed also to whether the Sinoe County chiefs have been placed on the payroll yet. We have not confirmed yet whether the Sinoe County issue has been resolved fully. In the full extent of everything that was happening, whether the Sinoe County list is now compromised, it has reached a level, or it is still something that remains unresolved.
All right, Patrick, just some clarifying questions though. What exactly are the job responsibilities of the chiefs? What do they do? And do they have like an office space because they say to transport them to work? Where do they work? And what are their job description?
Yes, so the chiefs do a great job. They have a work description as per the law, and in fact, the chiefs they work in a way like in a military or paramilitary, or maybe like the way the government is set up. Okay, so for example, there are three lines of chiefs. Okay, so the town chief, the clan chief, and the paramount chief. So they structure them in a way for local leadership in the community, where you don't have police, where you don't have, or even before you should reach the police, the chiefs are the one who intervene in the community. For example, they say, for example, in the community, you can fight or you can insult publicly. When that happens, the police does not go in immediately because somebody stood in the town and caused each other. All right, but before it gets to the police, the town chief will handle that situation first. Okay.
So does the town chief, they got police force? How do they get whoever, like you say, somebody committed a crime and the person is at large?
Yeah. So the town chief has a messenger, and the town chiefs, the chiefs are the custodians of customary and traditional laws. They are the custodians of customary and traditional laws. So the government does not use customary law in the court or in its administrative decision. But the chiefs are the ones who are left. That whole part of the pre-colonial existence, before the settlers came, the same way the people were living, the same way they were dealing with a situation, that particular aspect of life, of their existence, of their operation, the government, they left it like that. And that they still have control
over. For clarity though, what would be an example of traditional and customary law? What would be an example?
Okay, so for instance, let me use VOSD as a case study. All right, in VOSD, a man is not. No, people can steal. You can steal. You can fight. You can cause. And in certain creeks, you can fish in certain creeks. Or where the women can fetch water from, that particular area they can fetch the water, and you cannot fish in that particular area or swim there. Now, at this point, when you still those laws still exist there. When you do any of those names now, if you do it now in VOSD, the town chief, the person who sees you doing any of those, or who sees you causing, will take a complaint to the town chief. The town chief will send his messengers to summon you. Now, when you come to before the town chief, you will investigate, conduct his hearings, okay? And when he gets to a hearing, he will tell you, saying, for what you have done, you are killing one goat. You will kill one goat and you will cook 50 cups of rice. Okay, you will kill a goat for the town and you will cook 50 cups of rice. Okay. If you say no, or maybe you will say no, you can't do it, you may appeal your decision. You have the right to appeal your decision to the clan chief. So you go to the clan chief and say, oh, but the town chief in that place there, the way he handled my case, it's not fair. You're telling me to kill a goat and even cook 50 cups of rice because I was caught, fishing or causing or stealing. And the clan chief will summon the town chief and then review the case. Review the case. If the town chief was right, the clan chief will what? Will sustain or will uphold our ruling, our decision. Okay. If you are not satisfied again, if you are not pleased with that ruling of the clan chief now, you also have a last chance to the paramount chief. You go to the paramount chief. The paramount chief, the town chief, and the clan chief handle my issue. And I'm like, hey, I think they are cheating me. So I have come to you. The paramount chief now summons the clan chief and the town chief with the files of the case and then review it as well too. If he finds logic in what they have done to you, for instance, the paramount chief will uphold that ruling. And when that is done now, forget it. You have no other chance. But in case you defy them, in case you challenge them to say you're going to court now, then of course you spoil it also too, because you have also violated their tradition and you're not going to go take a court because you are a big man, you're educated, you get money. So the chiefs are there to maintain local law and order. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's clear. All right. Excellent. Yeah. So, but the other part of the question, where do they go to work? Do they have a specific place that they meet for why the president needs a vehicle for them? Where do they go? They leave the towns and villages and go somewhere?
Of course, yes. The chiefs now have offices. In fact, they are now known as the National Council. They are organized into the National Council of Chiefs and Elders. National Council of Chiefs and Elders. In each county, they have an office. The National Council of Chiefs and Elders. They have the national headquarters in Monrovia, and then in every county, they have, sub offices in every county headed by a particular chief. Now, in the county level too, at the district level, they have sub offices at the district level too, headed by, I think, the paramount chief. Yeah. The paramount chief has the chief council at the district level. Okay, so they have it like that, from your chain of command, from the national level to the county level to the district level, and now it goes down. So that's how they do it. So they can go to work. They can meet somewhere, with a county, they are.
But Patrick, what I'm saying, I follow what you're saying. So, like you're talking about, let's say you got some chiefs in Vubadi, for example. They get a town hall. They work in the town hall. They get city hall there. Do those chiefs, they need car to go to work? Where do they work specifically that they need vehicles? I don't give up. Go ahead.
So that's a question I ask myself too. Why would they need a boss? And why do they need a boss? The chiefs, in fact, the chiefs are used to walking. They walk good. And walking or maybe taking a motorbike, their keke, they can go to where they meet, their Palaba hut. They normally adjudicate the cases on a Palaba huts. Okay.
So that's why they're going to take the bus to go adjudicate cases. But Patrick, let me come in.
So the boss will be in Greenville. And then when the chiefs come in town to take their pay, maybe when they come in town to Greenville to take their pay and go back, maybe the boss may convey them to their district headquarters and get back to Greenville. But I don't know how they are going to do one boss actually. Yeah, because because the bus is bigger than a pickup. I think that's about maybe 32 seats, 32 seater bus. It'll be 72. It'll be above that. We don't know how many persons, but to have a whole bus for a handful of people, I don't know. But again, the government said they were getting buses, but how they maintain those buses and how the buses are even work, how they even work in those areas, that's another question. But for me, I think it's a misplaced priority. The president is good. He has good intention for the chiefs, but giving them a bus, I think it's a misplaced priority. The schools need buses. The judicial complex needs a bus. I mean, the MIA, the local government office there needs a bus. They are the ones that go to work. They do the work. The chiefs.
Patrick, if you say the chiefs, they are also part of the judicial branch, and then it should be fair to give them a means of. But like you rightly said, let's say they're coming from the villages and town and they're going because they don't have like debit card where they can just put your money on your car. They have to go to Monrovia or whatever the big city nearby to get paid. So I think in that context it makes sense. But my only thing, like you rightly pointed out, Honor Judge, we had to give the same chiefs, they give them vehicles. And we have the vehicles right now. So the maintenance is the problem, so that's something we have to look at. Yes, and in terms of pay, I don't know how much they paid or the payroll chiefs, but it's just a name. But Patrick, let's go to the next thing. Yeah, let's see how it plays out. But like you said, some of those things, I mean, all you need is decent roads around the country and then vehicles to travel easily around the country instead of giving people buses here and there that they can maintain. All right, Patrick. The next thing that I want to talk about, or we'll put on our agenda, is this issue of the Nigerian pastor that is training. Yeah, he got all these different things. I'm not in studio. I'm not at home, so I can play from the studio. But let's see what I can play. One of the video, his videos here from my phone. Yes, Nigerian pastor, and then we can talk about it. Let me get to that video quickly. Let's see. I think I got one here somewhere that I save. All right, so there's a video for him or audio.
So the economy of the country is confused. Everything about the country is confused. So confusion from now till 2029 in Liberia. The man is tired. Your president is confused. So the economy of the country is confused. Everything about the country is confused. So confusion from now till 2029 in Liberia. The man is tired.
So Patrick, the Nigerian pastor is saying, yeah, I think you got to put yourself on mute a little bit. Yeah, so you say our president is confused. Is he exaggerating? Is that politics? On the pulpit? What is he doing here? So let's talk about this one here. But before you come on, let kind of play this video of Joseph Boyka and see whether the pastor was making stuff up. He just tried to demonize our president. So let me play the other video. Sorry, I can't play it directly from my device, but let's just play it from my phone like I did the other one. So let's see quickly. Let me get to that. All right.
Excellency, President Bola, I will now. Excellency, Joseph Bola, President of the Republic of Liberia.
So Patrick, given what the pastor said or the prophet said, and given what you just saw, is our president, is he confused, or the pastor or the prophet was exaggerating? The next thing that I want to talk about. Go ahead. Sorry.
Our president is not confused. No, he's not. He's not confused. Our president is well is well focused. Yes, you're seen. I mean, he's stable mentally, and I think he's very upbeat about what he does.
Patrick, based on what you just saw, doesn't it look somebody who is confused? They called the president to the podium, and you were going in different direction. The security got to tell you and say, no, stay on this side. Let's be realistic. I know we want to be patriotic. We want to say, oh, we love our president. Does he not look confused based on what you just saw?
No, I think what happened there was the president forgot one thing that has always been a tradition. Every pulpit or every program the president addresses, there is always an executive marshal pulpit, different from the general pulpit that the organizers use. So when the president got up from that seat, it was it was believed to him that he was going to the general pulpit, and not.
So why the security knock it back? If he's not confused, why the security went to him? You want me to play the video again? Let me play it one more time for the audience. Is Joseph Boyka confused?
No, he's not confused.
Let me play it one more time.
One more time.
Host of the Republic of Liberia.
Patrick, again, let be realistic here. It's the Nigerian. Hold on. Before you come on, let me do this one more time, please. Give me a second here. It's the president.
The president is confused. So the economy of the country is confused. Everything about the country is confused. So confusion from now till 2029 in Liberia. The man is tired. Your president is confused. So the economy of the country is confused. Everything about the country is confused. So confusion from now till 2029 in Liberia. The man is tired.
Patrick is just about tired. They called the president of the Republic of Liberia to go to the podium. He went in totally different direction. And the security had to actually escort him. The man did not want to tap his shoulder. The man held him by his shoulder until he carried him to the podium. The man escorted him all the way to the podium. Is President Boyka confused? Let be frank with our audience here. Let us not do it.
Realistically speaking, okay, in all frankness, the president is not confused. Yeah.
So what happened? Explain to us what happened over there. The video that we just played. What happened?
What happened over there was something like the president was taken off. Yeah. I believe his concentration was, the country Liberia can make you to think and beyond your imagination. So the president relaxing himself, thinking about how to solve some problems or certain issues the country has been confronted with. When he woke up from that seat, all right. When he woke up from that seat, it was like he was going to execute something, with immediate effect. Especially not knowing that the executive marshal already mounted a podium or a pulpit for him, or a stand for him to go to address the occasion. That was what happened there. It was not a confusion, realistically. It was not that somebody lost their mind or somebody never knew what they were doing. You know, it was just, yeah, it was just taking off for that moment, and then later on they went and said, "Oh, for Excellency, there is the podium." So he was going to where he thought to have stood to deliver his message.
Patrick, he said he thought, you have to understand, this man is not a blind man. He got eyes. Okay, it will be understandable to say, you know why he's a blind man, so he going in a different direction. The man saw he been sitting over there. All right, the people have been speaking for a while before they call him, so he should know exactly where the podium is. But the man does not. He does not know where the podium is. When they call him, he going in totally different direction. It's just like we're actually confused. Patrick, let's be honest with our people here. The man seems to be confused.
Honestly, he knew what the podium was. He knew what the
why
podium
did he
was.
go in different direction?
Okay, so what he did not understand at that moment, was where he was supposed to what? Take his stand.
Yeah, but there was no two podiums over there. There was just one.
Where he was supposed to take his stand was where he did not understand. And you know, yeah, but this things happen. The president, for example, I mean, an 80-year-old man, for example.
81-year-old man. 81 years.
Okay. All right. 81-year-old man, and you know, I mean, you should not be surprised to see he's confused. I mean,
so but I want you to acknowledge the fact that he is discombobulated. Let's be frank.
I don't want to call it confusion. I don't want to call it mental instability.
What name would you give? What name would you give it?
I just want to call it an unintentional. How to call it? An unintentional.
Part of the fact that you are struggling to even say what you want to say, it tells me that you are being deceptive to the audience.
No, but what means? The president was not being discretional. The president was not being discretional. He was not.
What does that mean to be discretional, Patrick? What is that?
Okay, so the president woke up from his seat. They call him. He woke up from his seat, and saw. I mean, I saw the people standing, and you know, and where the people, what the crowd, you know, the crowd was, you know, divided. So the crowd was divided around him. So. Or he thought he was going to address the crowd where the guys were standing, the way you were moving.
Okay. All right, Patrick. Okay, let's leave that part of it. So the government of Liberia complained. Yeah.
So to the question about whether the man was exactly written, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The pastor was exactly written prophetically. Yes, like I do acknowledge that Liberia has some serious challenges. Yes, Liberia has some serious challenges. But the things that the pastor said, they were not realistic. They were fanatical, and they were his own beliefs, based on politics or based on interference with the local politics of Liberia. And because I would think that a pastor of that caliber should be concerned about the adoption of 400 children in Nigeria, the slaughtering of Christians in Nigeria, the ambush into which the Nigerian military failed recently.
Patrick, that's a red herring. That's a red herring. You're trying to take our attention from the issue. That's what you are doing. The question at stake, the man made a specific claim about the president of your country. The man said the president is confused. The entire country is confused. The economy is confused. All right. And then we'll show you a video of your president being called on stage to speak, and he is going in totally different direction. And the people, his security got to they held him by his shoulder and carried him to his seat. Is President Boyka confused, Patrick?
Honestly speaking, President Boakai is not confused. No,
Okay.
he is
All
not.
right. I cannot force you to think
The
otherwise. Now,
economy,
the question I want you to
the,
address, Patrick, the question I want you to
the,
address is what is on the screen. The president, the government of Liberia complained the Nigerian prophet to whom?
okay. So now, yeah, so this is what the government aired. Yeah, this is what the government aired. And this is where I think the president should take some action against those who wrote a letter to the government of Nigeria. Yeah. This is where the government erred. The government shouldn't have written the Nigerian government for a comment expressed by a private citizen. All right. If it was an official of the government of Nigeria making that claim, then of course it becomes a diplomatic issue. And but a private citizen, I mean, I don't know how many times the US government or other governments wrote the Jamaican government about songs Bob Marley and others sang against other governments. All right, we can tell. I don't know how many complaints the US government wrote, to the Jamaican government. I can tell. I can also recount how many complaints other governments wrote against, Lucky Dubidem, all of and all of reggae stars. All right, great pastors, great legends, great preachers, great evangelists. We can count how many times. So I think what the government did was an act of intolerance. Yeah, it was an act of intolerance, and I think it was a violation of religious freedom, or religious freedom or freedom of expression to complain somebody because they said something about your government or your country. No. I mean, that was a mistake the government made. The government should not have responded to that thing. They should not have written anything. And even the citizens of Liberia, the Liberian citizens, government officials, I mean, everybody on Facebook say they reacting, they insulting.
All right, Patrick, let me come on. Let me come on, please.
Go ahead.
All right, please someone mute, please. So I will start from the statement of the prophet. Whether he's a prophet or not, that's a different thing. But the man exaggerated, but he said the truth. Okay. His statement about President Boakai being confused, that is true. That is no exaggeration or hyperbole over there. No hyperbole. But when he said the entire country is confused, I don't agree with him on that. Well, if he was in that context, if he were using that expression as synecdoche, then it would be true. Because President Boakai, because synecdoche is nothing but a part representing a whole or a whole representing a part. So if you were using the expression to say the country is confused, but that if you were referring to the president confusion to cover the entire country, then I agree with him. But he said the president is confused, the entire country is confused. Part of it, there's exaggeration right there going on. I mean, that I don't agree with him. But when he said the president is confused, the video clearly demonstrated that Joseph Boakai is confused. The man is 81 years old, Patrick. You don't expect an 81-year-old man to be cognitively, 100%. All right. Age is realistic. As we age, you and I, when we were young yesterday, we were in our 20s. The way we perform right now is totally different from how we perform right now. So for somebody to say President Boakai is not confused, just the same way the politician they were trying to defend Joe Biden, and they know that the man was done. He was done psychologically. He could not make it. He was not there psychologically. The same thing they were doing about President Trump. Oh, the man is okay, and now President Trump is saying different thing right now. He's sleeping right in front of camera and do different thing. Age is realistic. Let accept the fact that Joseph Boakai is old, and he is actually confused about certain things, and that's why the security, the guy got to go to him to bring him to the podium. Now, complaining the pastor, Patrick, I'm seeing a trend here. There's a trend developing. Under President George Weah, there was a lot of freedom of speech in the country. The citizens will say anything. The Prophet Key cursed George Weah for 6 years. and just Prophet King never went to jail. Henry Costa said the worst thing about Josh Weah, Henry Costa never went to jail under Josh Weah. Right now, as we speak, Henry Costa is up the air. All right. Prophet Key is up the air. All right. He's in jail for 6 months for cursing the Supreme Court justice. They put the man in jail. I show you, Patrick, if this pastor was a Liberian pastor, he would have been in jail by now too as well. The freedom of speech is in jeopardy under President Joseph Boakai. All the people that are robust against, I guarantee you, if Stanton Witherspoon was in Liberia, he would have been shot out, he would have been in jail by now. Okay? The only reason Stanton is on the air is because he's out of the country. He's in the United States. Okay? So that's what Joseph Boakai, or the president does not want to come across as somebody who is conspicuously against freedom of speech. That's what Spoon TV has not been shadowed in Liberia. But there is a pattern on Joseph Boakai. All the major people that are against right now, what you call him, Yake Koluba is up. I mean, from they pulling out the same man that was cussing Judge Weah for years. Koluba is out of the Liberian House of Representatives because of what he says, expressing your opinion. So all these things are happening under the watch of Joseph Boakai. And I would say, you know what? I mean, not Henry, but Sinoe, Senator Sinoe said something the other day when you were on OKFM or something. He said when you was a speaker, he said there is no lawmaker that will be removed from power without the president hands being involved in it. The removal of Yeke Koluba, the president has something to do with it, because Yeke Koluba was very, very brutal on him. All right, so you just want to take that platform from him. All right, so we see all the major voices against that were against Judge Weah, and now in Joseph Boakai town, all of them is silent right now. Okay, the Pape is confused and he is intolerant. I will say that for sure. All right, and that is not good for the democracy that people die for. All right, it's not good for us. The president got to grow thick skin to the point where you'll be complaining a Nigerian pastor because of speaking his opinion. The man is thick skin, he light skin, and it is not good for our democracy. We fought for this thing, people die, and Joseph Boakai should not be whining about that. People say all sort of things about leaders. He knows about that letter. He is not oblivious to it. He knows about it. Okay? So President Joseph Boakai got to grow thick skin. The office he is in, it's not, in the Liberian language, you say it's not a play office. You have millions of people that got different opinions, different perspective of the word, and they will say what they think. Allow the people to speak their opinion, especially we are in a global community right now. What happens in one country, right on the screen, we can see it. Right? So whether the pastor was doing politics or not, that's another thing. But Joseph Boakai, when you were running for campaign, a Caucasian lady, Paula, white, whatever her name was, running campaign for him. All right. So I don't see anything wrong with a Nigerian pastor also running campaign for whomever he thinks, whether for Joe Weah or whatever. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. You started the politics from the pulpit. You have Paula White there. The guys were playing your video all over the place here and campaigning for you. All right. But I think the pastor, his statement, or the prophet, his statement has truth in it. The president is confused, as demonstrated by the video evidence that we show. All right, Patrick, if you have something else to say, go ahead, or else let's go to the next thing.
Yeah, let's go to the next talking point.
All right, so that's President Boakai there for you. So the last talking point for the day that we want to talk about, Patrick, is let's see. We want to, okay, I think the second to the last one. I think this one is important as well. We are assessing the development of our country. Okay, Patrick, and we are talking about the impediments. What are the impediments to the growth, the economic growth or development of Liberia? Why is it that, Patrick, we have a country that is almost 178 years old and it's still at the bottom of development? Let discuss some of the factors, some of the variables that are holding Liberia back. Why is it that this the so-called oldest independent country in Africa, why is it at the bottom of development? What's going on? It's not the only country that has had war before. Other countries had war before, and they are doing good. While Liberia is still meandering in underdevelopment. What is your take?
Yeah, I think Liberia. Yeah, I think Liberia is lagging behind. Liberia is at the bottom line of development because the people.
Patrick, the people, are they closer to you? They're very loud.
The people are way also, but my man, the place is too congested. Also.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. So first of all, I think the reason is based on bad governance, and then bad behavior. The citizens have a bad behavior towards development, and the government who practices all the years. The government practices bad governance, because it is bad governance that that takes away the vision of the people or the government. Our government and our development should be driven by citizens, participatory and decisions. But for instance, if you look at the way our government does its planning, it doesn't plan for the next generations, or it doesn't plan for the next decade or for the next 50 years. Okay, so the government in power will always want to do things for the next election. Now, one major factor, government past and present, the priorities are based on the next elections, not the next generation. So because Liberia has a different approach, the country goes nowhere. And the citizens too. I mean, the citizens too, they depend on government to do it all. Yeah, we don't have engineers that go out there, plan projects, plan proposals, and bring the government and say, this is something that you can do that can give you money. People go to school in this country. After school, the next thing you want to find out, the next area you want to find out set in government is in government position. So we go to school here for jobs. Yes, that's the first priority. That's the first thing. In countries that are developed, the people go to school who are in school, their priority is not a government job. People go do professional work, they go do engineering. They aren't doing it to go and get into some government position. No, they do it to help the country. So I think the government lacks vision. Yeah, only vision can make it a plan. The government lacks the proper roadmap, what it needs. In the next 50 years, what will the country be? All right, what will the country be in the next 50 years? So when every time government leaves power, everything breaks down. You see, every time government leaves power, everything breaks down. And what keeps happening? And those are the things Thomas saw for which he held on for 27 years. Because Thomas feared that what he started for example, if he had left sooner, they were all been gone. And so he held the power for 27 years. And today, for example, at least he didn't do much, but the few that he did still lives on today. And and it just hard, my brother. It just hard. But like the Liberian government and the people their mentality towards development is different. It's bad, and that's a reason.
All right, Patrick. Thank you for your take. I know I try to do a little research on these things, and I think there are multiple factors, like you pointed out already. Bad governance, for example. This is a clear example. Yeah, but I mean, again, we can't use the word political instability for sure. The war impacted Liberia, but since the war, it has been several years now. The same thing, Rwanda had a war before, and they have passed that level. They are doing one of the best countries now in Africa, you know. But I mean, you use a lot of offensive words, but I think corruption is one major variable that causing the underdevelopment of the country. Corruption is a terrible, terrible thing that holding the country back. You got few persons, our lawmakers actually telling us that they got 20% of the corruption in the country. Yeah, so that's something serious. You have political leaders and foreigners. They are dividing the money. How do you expect the country to grow? So your county senator, Creighton Duncan, told you the political leader, they got 20% of the corruption, and then 80% goes to the foreigners. So the foreigners and the political leaders, they share the resources. That's why you are not having development in your country until those things are corrected, until the political leaders are held accountable, until the foreigners that got 80%, according to Creighton Duncan, are held accountable, and the money, the resources, that 80% coming back into going into development, okay, schools, agriculture, and those different things. And that 20% the government officials are eating, according to Creighton Duncan, those monies, the resources are invested into the economy to create jobs and different things, and solarize and electrify the country and get pipe-borne water. The country will not go nowhere. Okay, so our political leader, the man who wants to be the president of the country, diagnosed the problem. He told you he make it very simple. We, the people that are in power, we got 20% of the blame, and then the foreigner got 80% of the blame. All right, that what your lawmaker. But besides that, Patrick, our over dependence on raw materials is another thing that causing the underdevelopment. All right, we depend on the gold and the diamond, the iron ore. I mean, countries that are developed right now, Patrick. In addition to those things, they are investing into technology, engineering, mathematics, and those different things, right? And that's how, I mean, the competition right now is between China, U.S., and other countries is in the area of technological revolution. Okay, all right. So we are still depending on raw material, those things, and that's one major variable for which we are not growing. All right, we got poor infrastructure. You can't have a developed country, Patrick, and you don't have infrastructure. You don't have roads. You don't have airfields. I mean, like airplanes and airports, state of the art. For commercial activities, you don't have roads. You are doing gravel road, and people are clapping for the president for doing gravel roads in the country. All right, so you have poor infrastructure. That's one variable that causing your underdevelopment. Patrick, you have weak education system and human capital. All right, your human capital will be strong if you have potent, robust educational system in the country that will educate the people. All right, but some of our children, they graduate, they can't even write a letter. At least now AI is here. I mean, you remember back in the day, 2017, you and I, when we used to write the articles, our children, they struggle to write a sentence. Even though they say out of high school, they could not construct a good sentence. With the revolution of AI now you see them writing stuff. Okay, so you have a weak educational system, Patrick, that is causing your underdevelopment. Okay, you have, Patrick, for the people to develop, you need to put the people to work. So you have high unemployment rate. You have young people that are sitting around doing nothing. All right, they are unemployed. So the unemployment rate, because the people got to work, and then they will develop they will not depend on government. They will build their own houses, they will establish their own businesses and different things. But the people are unemployed, so no resources coming to the people. All right, so that's one variable that causing the underdevelopment of Liberia. You have limited industrialization. You need to industrialize. Okay, the country needs to be industrialized, and that's how you get developed. But you don't have that. There's no, I mean, fuel industry, you still got Sinoe saying 1847. It's monopoly. It has no competition. All right. So you have, Patrick, you're not producing food for yourself. You have weak agricultural activities in the country. You have to be able to produce food, feed your people, and send food out of the country. All right. And export some. All right. All the countries that are developed are what they are doing. But you can't even feed, we can't even feed ourselves. We can't produce rice. That's how bad it is to feed ourselves. Right now, we are hiring Burkina Faso to come and make farm, and you do 60-40. When the people make the farm, they get 60% of the produce, and you get 40% because you can't make your own farm. So, Patrick, those are some of the things that causing the underdevelopment of Liberia. I can go on and on. You have inadequate access to finance. In the US here, Patrick, you can go to the bank. If you get credit, they give you a loan. You to sometimes they got business loan to start. So how many people, how many persons in Liberia will go to a bank and you get a loan to start up your business? You don't have those things. Okay. So there's a lot of things, Patrick. I can go on and all of that. But you have terrible health, the health challenge in the country. All right. You have a people, they are not even secure in their own country because you have a terrible healthcare system. All right. So the health challenges in the country is causing the underdevelopment of the country. You have a brain drain, Patrick. The people that got the intellectual power that live in the country. When you see when they come back over there just to get a government job and loot from the country and send the money to their family overseas. Okay, so the brain drain is another variable. You have a small domestic market, Patrick. That is another variable. Your domestic market is very minute, so you don't have a lot of economic activities. You don't have a lot of business activities going on. So, Patrick, those are some of the variables leading to the underdevelopment. Until we start working on those things, I gave you at least 14. All right. Until we start working on those things, our country will be where we are today, man. We have to do better than that. All right. So, unless you have something else to get, let's go to the last one and we can call it your day. Patrick, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
All right. So, but what I want us to do is, I think we've been on for a while, and I want to defer the last talking point to our next show. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. With my background being noisy, I agree. And so let me just say something and then close up on this edition of the program. Like some of the points you raised, the questions that we ask ourselves. In this country, we don't have statistics of people who fly to this country for medical checkup or for medical treatment from other countries. But we fly to other countries every day. We fly to Ghana, we fly to India and other places for medical treatment. But people don't fly to our country for treatment. We go to other countries. Now, see the number of Liberians in Rwanda, for example. How many Rwandans do you have here going to school? How many Ghanaians are in Liberia going to school here? How many South Africans are here? How many Nigerians are here? How many Zimbabweans are here in this particular country at UL or any university going to school here? None. We don't have any. So you see right here, so we lost it. Whole country, 179 years old, got only one international airport. One. So if an enemy countries and sees the airport and sees the only airport, how do you get out of the country? How do you? You see? So I want to say to all our followers, thanks to all of them for following again today. And I want to say again, CEO, to you and your wife. I want to say thanks again for the birthday celebration. Thanks for Sister Conchita again. And I want to say thanks to the Putu people for their convention in Fargo, North Dakota. I think it was a wonderful one too. Thanks to everybody that turned out at the program. See you next Thursday with another edition of the program. Until then, my name is Patrick Bolue. I want to say congratulations to Shirley and to everybody. A good time this weekend. Thank you.
All right, Patrick, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate your time always coming on to get the show rolling, man. Thank you so much. And enjoy yourself out there, man. Be safe. All right, Patrick is frozen there, so we're kicking out of the studio. All right, guys. So still want to say thank you. I just going through your comments here and see. Oboti say I'm following from Greenville, Sinoe County. Pray to be invited by this platform one day. Yes, just send your request and tell us what you want to talk about, and then we can bring you on so we can have a discussion, brother. That whatever the platform is here for us to hear from the citizens of Sinoe County. So just all you have to do inbox me, inbox or call Patrick and say, "Oh, we want to be your guest," and tell us what you want to talk about, and then we can have the discussion. We can put you on the agenda. Yes, Prince, thanks for following. All of you, I want to say thank you so much for following us. And we are up for today. I just try to see your comments here. Let's see. My wife here. Let's see. Milton say, yeah, Milton say happy birthday, I think. Yes, to Kamle. All right, so those are the comments I'm seeing here. I would say thank you so much. Thank you, man, for always following us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. And we want to be here again next week, Thursday. But then I'll be home in studio so that we can be able to give you a better production. But, you know, I can be away and this show is not going on. With it. Congratulations to our co-host, Shirley, on her engagement. And we're looking up to the B-Day. USA convention. We are looking up to August. August is going to be here, and we'll all converge in Minnesota and to do what we do best to generate funds and see what we can get. We can pull this project up, man. Yeah, it's been in the pipeline for a while. Milton Shibwe is our project man. You know, Milton does not joke. Yeah, so this one it will work out. You know, it didn't work out under the prior administration, but the new administration is determined to make this thing come to fruition. All right, guys, whether the president confused or not, I hold the view that President Joseph Boakai is 81 years old. He's not a low boy. He's confused age. It comes to a lot of complications, you know, and we have to accept that fact. The Nigerian pastor, he has truth in what he said. The video demonstrated that, and we can't ignore that. You know, the president going in different direction and the podium on the other side is clear, you know. Did he exaggerate? Definitely. Yes, the country is tough, but the entire country is not confused, okay? It's not confused. The politicians are doing very well. The business people, those who have business, they are doing very well. It's just the majority is struggling, you know, because, I mean, some of the variables that impeding the development of the country, I mean, that we just discussed not too long ago. So if you don't watch that portion of it, when we get off, make sure and play and listen to the replay. You get the variables, the factors that are holding the development of Liberia. That being said, we want to say thank you so much. And this is how we bring the curtain down for today. Let me see. Yeah.
Carry the Kulemo boy alongside Prince Near Tari on this wall. I'm there for you, yeah, for you, I'm there for you, yeah, you saw no out for you, you want me for you, yeah, but I'm there for you, yeah, mama, yeah, I'm there for you. For you.